All right, welcome back to Wanderlust Adventure Company. We've parked our Jeeps down where the road ends and walked a short distance in here to the Champion Mill. Here she is. They claim it's one of the most intact remaining mill structures left in Colorado. I would tend to believe that. I haven't been to all of them, but I've been to a lot of them, and most of them are a pile of rubble on the ground or getting close to it. Where this one's still in fairly good shape. I am noticing, I don't know if you can tell in the video, but that top section up there is leaning pretty bad. I've been all the way up in that before. I'm not going to go up in there today. I'm not really trusting the way that looks. So I think most of this is going to be ground level video. It's going to be a lot shorter than I expected, because usually I take a pretty good walk up through everything, but I just don't feel safe doing that today. Right over there you can see the boiler that they used to make steam to power everything inside the mill. Right there. Used to be fully encased in the fire brick. No longer is. It's hard to see, but you can see the fire room down below. Let's go take a little look inside. We'll look and see what we can see. Pretty neat old building. It does have signs posted all around it that say don't enter, unstable structure. Yeah, definitely enter at your own risk. We'll come in here and we'll take a little look around today. Here you can see the ball mills that were used to crush the ore that was brought in from the mine. And the mine was located way up there. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. It's hard to see in this camera, but right, I'm gonna try to point to it if I can. Anyway, up on top of that mountain. Let's see if we can zoom in on it. There you can kind of see it. It was part of the structure for the tram. So they would tram the ore from up there using cable trams down here to the mill to process the ore and then ship it off, I'm assuming, to Leadville. I don't know from beyond here what they did with it. If you look up there at the top, right up there, you can see the cable. That's where the ore would go inside the mill, and it was a gravity mill. So once the rock entered it, it was a gravity process that fed it all the way down here to where they would load it out and haul it off and get it processed. That's my basic knowledge of all this. I'm not a scholar when it comes to these old mills or a lot of this timeline or history. I don't know what year they shut this down. I'm sure a Google search, and maybe I'll do that before I start the video or post the video. That way I can give a little more technical info and give you guys a little better idea of what really went on here. Maybe find some historical photos and stuff that I can maybe load up and show you what this place was like in its heyday. I imagine it was quite the thing to see. This is one of the bigger mills I've ever seen. That's intact anyway. You can kind of see here in the video, things are looking a little rough. Most of the tin is gone off the roof. So a lot of the wooden structure is now exposed to weather. Not looking so hot. But like I said, you can see all these, this would be a gravity fed process. You can see that chute right there where we come down into this ball mill right here. And they're called ball mills. These things rotate in a circle. You can see the gear drive there. And what they have is steel balls inside of them. Rock is fed into here, the feed end, and it goes into the mill where it is crushed and pulverized by the steel balls and the final product comes out that end. And looking at this one, this may have been a 2-stage process where it goes into the smaller mill and gets reduced even further. I'm not sure. Like I said, I will try to find some more info on that, exactly how their process worked. I don't really recall what equipment was up in the top. It has been close to 7 years since I was here the last time. And like I said, I did go up there. They have actually got it all blocked off now. So no more going up there. Wow, that's pretty wild that I was up there 7 years ago. I've got pictures of that somewhere, taking pictures out of some of those windows at the mountains over here. If I haven't mentioned it already, we're in the mountains here, just a little bit south and mostly to the west kind of Leadville. There was a ton of mining activity that started back here in the late 1800s and continued on through mid-century, last century, and they mined a lot of gold and a lot of silver out of these mountains over that period of time. And it's like a lot of people said, there wasn't too many people that got very rich off that process. But pretty neat old history. If you get up here, it's definitely something you could walk into if you don't have a vehicle. The road that comes into the mill itself, pretty much any stock 4-wheel drive with decent tires on it could probably make it. There is a little bit of rough sections that might be hard to get traction on, but for the most part, it's a 4-wheel drive road stock type vehicle thing can do it. It was definitely a lot easier with our Jeeps. I'm not gonna lie about that, especially with our tires there down. That really smoothed the road out. I was really surprised. I didn't see a lot of people here at the mill itself. It was very busy down below before we got to where the road, I guess, deteriorates to a point where a lot of the vehicles that most people would possess couldn't do it anymore. There are a few side-by-sides and 4-wheelers running around up here, which seems to not be the norm, which is becoming unusual in our state too. Nothing against them. It's just more traffic on the trails. There's plenty of room for all of us. We'll share it accordingly. But yeah, the mine was up there. I've never actually been up to the mine. The gate's always been closed to the road that goes to the mine. I did notice today that it was open, but a lot of this is private property. So I'm a little leery of going up there. The signs are still posted that this is private property. So definitely respect that. I've been really impressed that the landowner or whoever owns this is still receptive to letting people come in and roam around this property like they have for a long time, I would imagine. It just it's not the norm anymore. A lot of this private property has been locked down and you can't get into it, or you shouldn't get into it. So there's another look at the boiler. I'm assuming they burned coal in it. They may have burned lumber. It's hard to say. I don't really know for sure. I'll try to find that out too. But here we go. Is another look at the mill itself. Really cool thing up here in the mountains of Colorado. Definitely recommend this area in general, around Leadville, Buena Vista, and down around Salida, back around Gunnison and Crested Butte. I mean, it's just some amazing country. But yeah, that boiler says Fairbanks Morse and Company out of Denver, Colorado would have been the manufacturer. Lots of cool old fire brick. As always, just look, appreciate the history. Don't take anything, leave it for the next person to see. From the first time I've been up here, this place looks pretty well picked over anyway. I don't know if the operators of the land are the ones that took everything out of here, or if it just over time got picked out. There is still one old pickup up here, and like I was telling my friends that are up here with me today, there used to be 2 of them. Not sure what happened to the other one. Maybe somebody decided they wanted to do something with it. I don't know. But there's the one of the old trucks. that's been here forever. There is the double holer outhouse, if you know what I'm talking about. A couple of holes in the ground. That was the bathroom for this place. 2 holes. Yeah, it is what it is, man. That was outdoor plumbing in places like this where you know, you don't have domestic water and sewer service. So yeah, anyway, that is the Champion Mill. I really wish I could have showed you more of the inside, man. It's an amazingly cool place. I'll dig up some more info. I'm going to try to figure out how to maybe make a follow-up to this, or maybe tack it onto this video. Like I told you in the last video, I'm not the best video editor yet, but I am working on it. I'm learning, and I hope to bring a little more refined content to this channel sooner than later. I'm really enjoying doing this. I really appreciate all of you watching. Like, subscribe, please. I do appreciate it. It's kind of fun. It's kind of a neat thing, and yeah, I look forward to seeing us on the next one. I don't know where we'll be. Currently, I don't have any more trips like this planned, but we're going to try to do a backpack trip with my oldest son here before summer ends up in the flat tops. We might get that Hooper and Keener trip in we've been talking about. I would really like to do that. I've also, for those of you that don't know me, I have been really busy marathon race training. It's something I've been wanting to get back into for a while, and it was just time to do it. So that's taken up some of my time. If any of you are interested in anything about running, or what I do with my running and how I handle that at the age of 48, I would be happy to share that info. Whether it's, if you want me to make a video about it, I'd be happy to. But I won't ramble on too much more. I do appreciate everybody watching. I appreciate everybody who's liked our videos and subscribed to our videos. Like I said, even though it's not a huge count, I do appreciate it. It's very humbling. For now, I think we're going to walk back down to the Jeeps and head back into Leadville and see what else we might do today. We're starting to run a little short on time, but we may make one more trail run here. If we do, I'll post a video. If we don't, I will see you on our next adventure elsewhere. Thank you very much, and Wanderlust Adventure Company is out.